Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Williampierre, here back in another video, and today I'm going to be playing the new game from Easy.gg, the same creators who made Bed Wars and Islands, called Prop Hunt. It's based on the Gmod game mode of Prop Hunt by the same name. It's pretty well made. I recommend playing it at least once or twice to see how good you are at it, because it really shows how good you are at finding, slight differences in the map, or becoming one of those slight differences. In this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the best spots to hide in the two different maps that I have found in Prop Hunt. Here we go. Alright, so something I want to mention before I get into the different spots. One thing is, they are not guaranteed to make you win. Because, of course, matches kind of change between time because there are different people hiding who can give away your spot, and different people seeking who might know these spots and go specifically for them. So, this is a weird thing to start as. Some of the best spots in this map are usually either in the buildings or on the very outskirts of the map. This map has a very specific spot that I like to use, that if you don't taunt, because there's the taunting feature on the right, if you use it, you can screw yourself over. As taunting essentially gives away your position. They get a notification and they will immediately know where you are, and that's not something you want to give away. So this spot is at the very edge of the map on the complete opposite side to where the seekers are. So one, even if they were to come straight for you, it would take time. And two, they can't see you from any position unless they specifically go after you. Another thing is that you can technically run on one side or the other if they come from one of those sides. So it's a pretty overall good spot. You can usually last at least 2 to 3 minutes. If you're a beginner to the game, I recommend trying this once or twice. What are those people doing? I saw a fire hydrant. What the... Oh well. Something to note, taunting completely screws you over. You taunt once and either seasoned players will find you and just come kill you, or you will find nerd players who therefore discover the spot and it can ruin the reputation of the spot. Of course, this is a double standard video because more people will probably end up using it. If this becomes popular, the more popular, more people will most likely use it. But that also means more people will try and look for it. I always look for this spot in games. That's because it's a very good spot. Every good spot comes with consequences, and that is the moment it's known, you start using it against people. As I mentioned earlier, going on one of these buildings is a very good spot. I will show you in another game, I will show you which ones you should go to and where. Something I recommend in this game is not being in plain sight. Because yeah, it's great, you can blend in, like with different props that come in different numbers. Although this isn't technically a spot, this is good advice for the game, and I will probably make a tips and tricks video for this game. Do not hide in small numbers with stuff like boxes where they come in 3. If they come in 2 or even 1, if they come in 1, you're dead. There's no way you're winning a round when there was only one of that prop and you just double it. Way higher chances someone realizes it. 2 is a ballsy move, in my opinion. You're probably not going to get away with it. In fact, you're almost certainly not getting away with a spot as 2. But it has happened. I have had it happen, but that's because I was kind of hiding, and yeah, that's definitely normal. In spots like these with the crates where you can become a part of 3, this one on the other hand, despite being a spot as 3, you don't want to do it anyway. Because when you become a crate, you become a weird size, and any veteran player will immediately see that. Something I always make sure is that there aren't 4 crates when looking at it. If there is a map, and I will show you, that's going to be one of my spots later on in this video. The moment I get the map, I'll show it to you. There is a spot that is so powerful that people immediately target it. and it usually doesn't work out. If you are in a place that isn't out in the open, and there are several, more than 3, original items, you want to put yourself there as one of them, and not boxes, because boxes are annoying because they resize. Depends on the map and depends on the boxes, I guess. Because there is another map with a different type of box, and that one you do want to be box. There are several maps. The other map is like a hall or a mall map. Really big shopping center. That map has some pretty good spots. And as you can see, I've already burnt more than half the time. There's only 2 minutes left for them to find me, and I've been sitting in one place the entire game. They're not gonna find me. I can almost guarantee it. But who's left? There are a few people left. Yeah, they're probably not gonna find me. There's another guy who died down there. There are a few spots on this map that don't require being on a building that I will show you later. And that guy's so dead. It's a car. That guy was an entire freaking car. He's dead. He's gonna get shot down. What is he doing? If he doesn't die from the getting shot down by the person following them, they are definitely going to die from fall damage. Because something to consider when you're picking a spot on a map, fall damage exists. That's why something like that place is not a good idea, because you can take easily half or more of your health and fall damage, increasing your chance of dying. You can bring yourself down to a one-shot, and that's just no fun. Now, something about this spot is you can be found if they start discovering that building. Something else, always be a small prop. The taller your prop, the more likely they can see it by accident. Or if you're too wide. So always be a prop like a cone. It's so small, or like a cone or a vase. Those exist on this map. There's like a pot or a vase. You want to become one of those. Also, when they start becoming many and they eventually discover this spot, you need to run. Like, this is the time to run. And I've won. GG. See? It's an OP spot. If that doesn't prove my point, I don't know what does, because I just won. Right? On to the next spot. Alright, so we're on the other map that I was talking about, the mall map. That's the big shopping center. They also have a construction site. I don't think these things have names, but I'm pretty sure it could just be Prop Town. Would most likely be the name, because that's what's written there. This one, I'm going to show you one of the better spots. If I'm, of course, the hider. If I'm the seeker, I will show you where to go as a seeker. Right, okay, I'm a hider. We gotta run. Run. Okay, that's not a good idea. Anyway, there is a box spot here. A very good spot. This is where you want to be in this map. Way too many boxes. It's easy to get away with. Something like this. This is a great spot to be in. One of these spots. You want to be in either this spot with all the boxes, or one of these barrels of either color. There's also a bunch of barrel spots all over the building there, the construction site. You can see a few barrels. Yeah, they're pretty good, but they're not the best. There's another spot on this map, other than this entire area full of barrels, boxes, and other. Or barrels, boxes, and crates, if you want to be specific. And that is something I'm going to show you in the next round that I get this map, because I'm just doing these spots based on when I get the map. And when I'm not a seeker. Something interesting is that you could technically be one of these, but as I said before, the larger the number of objects, the less likely they're going to go through every single one. Which, if they go through every single one, that obviously increases their chance of going for you. But I accidentally taunt. Whoops. I don't know if I did, but I think I did by accident. Yeah, you don't want to be those 3 traffic cones, and you don't want to be one of the 4 things here. If I get found, it's because he's going specifically for crates or something. he... As a seeker, if you see a room full of a load of objects, usually your first instinct should be, not all of those are real. And you should immediately go for it. Go throughout the entire room, shoot and stab everything. Of course, unless they add a system like in the real Gmod Prop Hunt, where you take damage for every incorrect object you hit that isn't a player. Until that's added, just absolutely stab everything. Because that is a very stupid thing to not exist, because you can kind of just go into a room and start slashing, auto-clicker on. That's what a lot of good seekers do. That's kind of the strategy. And so this room is very prone to that, although I have had situations where I've had a slasher, as I like to call them, the ones who just rapidly go into a room and immediately start killing everyone by slashing. You can confuse the ever-living crap out of them by just changing spot after they've gone through the room, and they will never come back to that room. Until, like, the very end, maybe. And even then, I doubt it. Right. There's some things going down there. I've seen a few people shooting, few people with grenades and stuff. They're not gonna get here by doing that. They're not gonna get me. I have once upon a time hidden as one of the two Kerns there, and it was pretty funny. Because there were 4 Kerns, not 2. Somehow they multiplied by a factor of 2. And I was one of them. So I think I was hiding with another guy. But it's a pretty good spot, because sometimes I feel like there are always 4 Kerns, but for some reason there's only meant to be 2 based on this. That or somehow some people have moved it. I doubt that though. Something to take into consideration is objects like this, mannequins, in really weird spots like this. Absolutely a terrible idea. You're going to get immediately found. And same goes for hunters, or seekers. Immediately look for objects like this. Just shoot it to give it a good old check, because seeing as you don't lose health, and you have infinite lives, what's the point in not doing it? Also, that guy had an emerald sword. Yeah, something scary as a seeker is when someone has a weapon. Usually if it's like a wooden or an iron sword or a bow, usually not that scary, but if they have an emerald sword, you're gonna die. Unless they're like a really small 10 HP object. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure the box has 5 health. So if that guy was a box like I think he was going to die. If you're wondering why I'm playing on my alt, Williampierre 2, it's because my main account is currently occupied by my brother, who is playing a game. Oh, and I won. Wow. Well, on to the next spot. Alright, so same map as the first spot. Something about this one is this map is pretty open compared to the other map. Way more open and hard to find, or more like easy to find spots, but they're also hard to get to spots. It's pretty funny when you see someone. Why am I a lamp? Alright then. I'm gonna become a fire hydrant, and I'm gonna go into my next spot. I recommend going on this, the side part, instead of going on the main area, because you will die. Now my recommendation is probably not being a fire hydrant. Because you're pretty wide. Now what you want to be is on a sort of angle And what you want to be is on a sort of angle so that you're not straight where you can see, like, where you're not horizontal, basically. You don't want to be in a situation where it's visible, that you have one of these sides, or the front part, visible. Because if it's visible from there, they're going to find you. You also want to be behind this rock because you're not visible from the front. Also, definitely don't taunt because you're going to be the only one in this area, so if they find a prop that's out of place like this, you're dead. There is no mistaking this for a real prop. Just like the other spot on this map. No way they'd believe it. Mostly because there is nothing like this. That was an exploiter. I think that's an exploiter right there. But the reason this spot is good is not just because you have, like, sort of covering on both sides. Although they can find you if they look from that angle. Nothing you can do about that. Because I'm pretty sure... Actually, you might want to put yourself more like this. You're less likely to be found. It depends on what part of the game. Actually, you know what? It's probably best to be like this. They're less likely to come from that area than from that, because they kind of respawn there, and spawn there in the first place. That guy is very ballsy. Well, he's an exploiter, so you know what? I believe it. Another reason is, it's hard to get here. If they're inaccurate, they're going to try and go in for a stab. Or a closer shot. Unless they go on the sides, and they're stupid enough to go on this side and end up falling off, that's a bonus. That's more time that you have. In fact, if you have someone coming for you, and they fall off, doesn't matter where they are, straight up run. At full speed, and I can't say run because you have feet. You want to immediately retreat. To, like, behind there. One, it doesn't take much time, and two, they probably won't see you. Don't make the mistake I made one round and tried to go through on that spot on the side, fell off and died. And I'm already in a bad situation because there are a lot of seekers. But they probably won't check this spot because it's very good. From the angle that they're at, they physically can't see you. At least I hope. I have never actually tried as a seeker to see anyone. I've never found a prop here, mostly because I couldn't see it very well. But if you're lucky, they won't even look in this direction. I've had games like that. This is a very good spot. Anyway, we're going to cut to the chase, see if anyone finds us. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but there was something that just moved. Something just flew, and you'll never guess, but I won. Well, on to the next spot. Alright, so mole map again, so I can show you the other secret spot of sorts. I wouldn't call it a secret spot, I'd just say it's a good spot. Because they're not exactly secretive. You can pretty easily guess where these spots are. Although I don't have much confidence in this spot working, because I haven't had a great history with it. I've only won once out of my several games being in it. Well, maybe 2-3 games, actually. I'm gonna become one of these to move quicker, and better, and then hard. Where you want to go is, in here. You want to sit somewhere around here so that you don't accidentally catch bullets from some other place. You also don't want to be one of these trolleys. Don't mistake it. Those trolleys aren't great. Although you could also become a box here. They're not terrible, but I have also seen these boxes catch bullets from people aiming at the trolleys. And that guy's trying to ruin my spot. Well, in fact, he just did what I asked. He just took the spot of the boxes. In fact, he put himself in a pretty good one. Not a terrible spot. Something to note, if someone's in here, do not panic. If you move, your spot's given away because you don't look like a regular prop when moving. I really don't recommend using this spot if you don't have any confidence, because chances are you're going to get screwed. I have had several situations where people just went in this room and did exactly what I was talking about. They just become a slasher and just killed the entire ambiance of the room. We were just sitting here and then, boom, the guy comes in here swinging his sword, we all died. Not a fun time. Speaking of which, that guy is doing something. I don't know what. You just rotate myself a little. Keep in mind, C and X for moving. Rotation. That one wasn't obvious to me earlier. Why? There is someone on the other side of that wall, and there is no longer someone on the other side of that wall. Void. Big, big, big Lego builder. Well, he didn't play this game properly if he died to the void. I think he fell in one of the holes on the other side of this. This is a construction site. I think it's actually more to that angle over there, where you find the holes in the ground, you fall through them, you die. Oh, that's why I was like, wait, did I randomly taunt? Yeah, it's an auto taunt. You don't have a choice up to 30 seconds, it taunts for you. I guess that's to make the game easier for the Seekers. They get to see where you are every 30 seconds. Although you can manually taunt to give away your position in exchange for 5 coins. Keep in mind, 5 coins is not much. You need 75 coins to do anything. Even us hiders can see the taunts of others. For some reason. Also, it does have a range limit though, thankfully. Anyway, another time lapse to see if we ever get caught. Oh no, no. Bye. Nah, I am not staying there. I am running. They won't catch me alive. How did I? Also, there's that guy from earlier. What are they doing? What? Alright. We actually did very well. He must have lost so much health by doing that. But I've won. And to be fair, my spot did give in. But it's better than most people's spots. I lost it until like 30 seconds left after a taunt. A guy immediately noticed where I was. Ow, that hurt a bit. Oh well. I won. Alright guys, that's going to be it for all of the best spots in Prop Hunt. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys know how to use these spots, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.